Coming up next on Not the 9 to 5 podcast.
The common theme there was kind of lacking confidence, and I thought actually kind of I can help them with this.
I mean, I absolutely hate mathematics and anything to do with that, but naturally it's always involved in business, isn't it?
Yeah. So as women, we kind of have to kind of learn to ask for help, and it's not easy for us. But, you know, with men, that's, you know, for them asking for help, I think is a really big thing. And you make mistakes along the way, and you have to make those mistakes because they're all part of the learning curve, right? Not just to show them that, you know, women can work, mummy can work as well, but actually for myself.
Welcome to Not the 9 to 5,
the podcast for freelancers
by freelancers.
Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out,
join us as we share insights, tips and stories
to help you thrive in the world of independent work.
I'm Kat.
And I'm Francesca.
We are two freelancers exploring the highs, lows
and everything in between. So grab your coffee, kick back,
and let's dive into another episode of Not the 9 to 5.
Katheryn Siggers.
Francesca Marago.
Hello.
Hello, how are we?
I'm really good.
Good.
It's a glorious day.
Finally, we're getting the British summer that we wanted.
I know.
Not the one it was trying to give us.
I know, it's been a long time coming.
It definitely has.
Here we go. We've got someone here with us
we
today.
Have.
So tell us who it is.
We have got Safia Sorry, let me start again.
Tell us who we've got.
We have got Safia Rana-Jaswal. She's a mum of 3 young children, founder and CEO of TMH Group, and multi-business owner. She supports female business owners to grow their businesses by teaching them the skills required to run a successful business. With her 20 years of experience in international strategic growth, she is a female powerhouse in the world of business.
Ooh.
Hello, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much. I'd like to think I am anyway. Just hearing that back.
No. So tell us a little bit about you and dive straight into sort of what you do and how it all began.
So, as you've said there, thank you very much. First and foremost, I am a mum of 3. That's kind of the most important thing to say. My little ones are 3, 6, and 9 years old. I am a multi-business owner, so my background is in media broadcasting. I have experience in international sales, lead generation, digital and network marketing, all whilst holding a position at C-suite level and as a board director. And that's whilst I've had my 3 children as well, which comes with its own challenges and struggles. But that's for another day. So that is kind of my main kind of background is in media broadcasting. I was doing that for about 14 years. I still am doing that, which is why I say I'm kind of a multi-business owner, because I ventured into networking brunches for women. So I started that, I'd probably say about 2 years ago, where I would put on brunch events for women, mothers to come in and learn something really about themselves, how to manage kind of, you know, the juggle with children, career, how your identity changes after you have children, hormone health, and all those kind of things that we're all kind of going through, but you wouldn't necessarily talk about that over a coffee with your friends, really. So that was great to come in and have a female business owner give their experience, knowledge, and really kind of show us and give us some practical tools that we could use in our everyday life to help us manage all of these things that we kind of go through and learn something about ourselves as well. So through that, I spoke to, you know, I probably 35, 40 brunches later, you know, I got to meet some amazing kind of, you know, women, mothers, and a common theme kept kind of cropping up where a lot of them owned businesses. And it was either through kind of, you know, maybe a passion or a hobby. They had started a business. And, you know, when I was talking to them about what I kind of do, it was amazing how so many of them had this passion, drive, determination to kind of want to start something, but not know what to do with it and how to grow it. So I sat and thought, okay, well, actually, I have 20 years experience in doing this. I run a couple of businesses. You know, the common theme there was kind of lacking confidence, And I thought, actually, kind of, I can help them with this. I can do something with this. And I really wanted to kind of help female business owners grow and be part of their kind of growth journey. So I'm using my experience to tailor advice to them, because no two businesses are the same, no two women are the same. And for me, it sounds quite controversial maybe, but I don't believe in monthly memberships to things. I believe in paying for networking events only, and really someone to teach you how to grow your business.
Right.
As I've said, I believe in kind of tailored advice to your business, because I feel if you're kind of paying for a monthly membership, you're trialing other people's ideas, and it's great for that sense of community, which is amazing, which we'll talk about a bit later on. But actually, you need tailored business advice, because your ideal customer will be different to kind of someone else's. So that's kind of a bit kind of about me and how I kind of ended up where I am, I suppose. And I'm still in all three of those businesses, but really I'm now trying to focus on the advice to help women really grow and meet their goals.
And what sort of businesses do you work with? Like, is it a broad range of businesses, or do you have a specific niche that you work with?
Well, it's product or service-based businesses. My background is in services, but I've worked with, and I am working with, people in kind of the wellness industry. A lot of Pilates studios at the moment, coaches. Variety of different kind of businesses, nutritionists. So anyone really that has a service or product-based business and they want to increase eyeballs, increase their inbound inquiries, just want to kind of grow in any which way or form. It may be a revenue goal, it may be a personal goal of a particular number of accounts, or whatever it kind of might be. Actually, I can come in and give them tailored advice, and we focus on the top 3 issues that they have within the business. I think any more than that and you kind of lose focus. So we look at the top 3 issues that you're facing within your business, and then I can give you tailored advice to how you can use micro goals to meet your overall business goal. And I know that's something that I'll kind of talk a little bit about later on, is the micro goals and how important that is in your growth.
Right. Oh, wow.
And just going back to your childhood, did you think you were going to be a multi-business owner when you were growing up? Was that something you was always interested in doing, is having your own business, or what did you see yourself doing?
Well, actually, I wanted to be a surgeon, which was interesting. So I wanted to be a surgeon, but then I realised, actually, it turns out I'm not very academic, so that didn't go so well. But what I am is, very good at sales. I discovered, whilst I was at university, I got a job at the car phone warehouse. Quickly kind of, grasped the concept of selling, became really passionate about selling. Actually, I thought, oh, I really like this, I can really do this. Quickly became team leader. I was training other staff members. So actually, I fell into kind of sales. I did a degree in business management at Kingston University, so I had some idea of a couple of kind of businessy bits and how a few of the kind of mechanics work. But actually, once I got married, I then, joined the kind of media broadcasting company. And then over the last kind of 20 years, I've really kind of learned on the job, and everything that I've learned is, kind of self-taught really. So it's been through kind of trial and error. But again, I wasn't very academic, and I thought, okay, where am I kind of going with this? And I kind of accidentally, fell into it, if you like. So where I kind of lack in the academia side, if you kind of want to call it, I'm very passionate, very driven, very keen to learn, very kind of hands-on. I never give up, I always want more. So that's just me, as kind of my personality is like that. And I've had an incredible career over the last 20 years, been very fortunate, but it's been in a very, very male dominated environment. So that again came with its own challenges once I had my children. And again, it being my own business, still I kind of felt, actually, oh, can I do my job? What are they thinking of me? I've got to drop my kids off to school, and now my meetings have to be kind of 9 o'clock, and I can't be in the office at kind of 8 o'clock. So it doesn't matter if if it's your own business or you're working within a business, we all kind of feel those things, I think.
Yeah. You were saying that you're not very, like, you weren't very academic, or you mentioned that quite a lot, but I would say you would have to be in a way, or you are, because you've had all these businesses, and you must be good at the financial side of stuff to keep it going as well, because that is a level of academic. I mean, I absolutely hate mathematics and anything to do
Me
with
too.
that, but naturally it's always involved in business, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah,
It is. You're right. You're absolutely right. And again, it's kind of more learning on the job. So I think for me, it was kind of the more, I didn't enjoy sitting exams. I felt I wasn't great at it. I needed to kind of be doing something. I needed to be kind of, I felt not just kind of sitting in one place, learning from a kind of textbook. And I felt it wasn't for me. Although I went through kind of the university process, I kind of felt that would be useful for me to do something
yeah,
within business, because I think I really enjoyed the kind of sales side, and I didn't understand what it took to kind of run a business. But then again, you don't really understand that once you start running a business, and you make mistakes along the way, and you have to make those mistakes because they're all part of the learning curve, right? And that's part of your journey.
yeah. There's no really how-to guide on how to really
Not at all.
establish a business or what to do, really, is there? It's kind of, it is great that people just learn on the jobs, because it makes you grateful for where you've then come from, in terms of the growth and the trajectory.
Yeah, finding your own way to where you are now, I suppose.
Yeah,
That's good.
100%.
What's then been the struggles? I mean, you spoke briefly about being in a male-dominated environment, and that was difficult once you had children. Are you able to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so absolutely. Media broadcasting, it is a very male-dominated environment. I've worked with people and still do that are much older than myself as well. So immediately that brings its own challenges, because you feel you have to prove yourself. Being quite young within the industry, I think I've always felt I've had to fight more, for my voice to be heard, especially kind of sitting on a board of directors where I've got 6 other board members that are, males, much older than myself as well. I really kind of, where people talk about, coming into a room and commanding the room of kind of suits. I know we've kind of heard that quite a lot recently. It really is coming in and trying to prove yourself, whether you like it or not. I think that's just society. That's kind of the way it is. And I think once I had children, there was a lot of kind of confidence issues as well. Actually, can I do this now that I've got children? I'm being torn in different directions. I want to be, with my children, but actually I want to work as well. Not just to show them that, women can work, mummy can work as well, but actually for myself, because I kind of feel I've got so much to give, that I want to work, I want to help people, I want to make a difference. So that was kind of difficult in itself. You struggle with self-limiting beliefs as well. I think when you start your own business, having to have the courage to pivot within a business, I think, is a really big thing as well. So for me, where I thought, actually, the brunches are great, it's going really well, I'm meeting all these fantastic people, I'm helping kind of change lives. Actually, I thought, right, I've got all this experience and I can do something else with this now that the brunches are kind of going well. Actually, I can help a whole new set of, women. So having the confidence to pivot within, out of what you're doing also takes a lot of kind of courage and confidence and self-belief. But, every day as a kind of business owner or as a mum or a woman or whatever it kind of might be, we all struggle from kind of self-limiting beliefs. And I think if we look at it within a business context, self-limiting beliefs mainly come from your goal feeling too big. So the goal that you have, it feels too big and you're trying to reach this goal, but actually you don't know how to get there and you feel overwhelmed. So you start thinking things like, can I do this? Are people going to want to buy this? How am I going to do this? I don't have enough hours in the day, all these kind of things. But actually, the first thing we need to do is come to terms with that's actually completely normal. And everybody suffers from self-limiting beliefs, at some kind of point. So recognize the fact that actually, okay, I'm going through this at this moment in time and that's okay. And how can I then manage myself kind of through this? And I've learned this over the kind of years as well. We're actually focusing more on kind of micro goals where you write down, what you want to kind of achieve, and then just set small goals every week and managing those, I think will really kind of help feel that you're kind of pushing things along and you're still trying to reach those goals without focusing on the overall big goal, which is I want to grow my business or I want to reach more people. So that's great to have those goals, but then look at how am I going to achieve that and what small steps do I need to take in order to be able to achieve that. And I think that has really helped me, and it's helped a lot of
Yeah.
people that I've kind of been speaking to as well.
It's like you naturally coach yourself whilst
Yeah.
coaching others, you know. It's like a gentle reminder to yourself, like it's
Absolutely.
a process, it's
Definitely.
a step by step, don't worry, you know. They always say practice what you preach. Sometimes it's you say this to people and it makes sense, right? But then you don't do that what you say. So yeah. And I totally understand that.
It's hard when you're in it yourself.
Yeah. It does encompass you, because it's all about perspective at the end of the day. It's how you see things. I mean, for example, say if someone came to you, one of the mums or one of the females in your brunch groups, if they said like, my goal is to get more clients this year, what would you say to them then to try and achieve that? Because it's quite a big goal.
It is a big goal, and you know, and I think it's great to have big goals. We need to have big goals, and ultimately it's about kind of taking a step back and looking at how you get there. So I would probably say, you know, something that I say very often is, you know, really look at who your ideal customer is. You need to do a lot of work on your ideal kind of customer profile, and that's not just I think we get tricked into believing that everyone can buy from us and everyone's our customer, but actually they're not. So you need to really sit down and narrow down, okay, where do they live? What's their name? Do they have children? What's their background? You really need to look at things like what platforms potentially are they looking kind of on? Are they more of a TikTok person? Are they more of a kind of, you know, Instagram person? What kind of platforms are they on? Are they more in kind of Facebook groups? And it's really good to look at your own customer base first. So if you have your own customer base and people that have kind of bought from you, don't be afraid to kind of question them or ask them a couple of questions, because people will be more than happy to kind of help you. I find if you just come out of your comfort zone and just ask for the help, I think that's a big thing that you need to learn as well, is actually just ask for the help. Just say, would you mind just letting me know how you found me, or, you know, leaving me a quick little review or anything. You know, if you ask, generally 9 out of 10 times most people are more than happy to kind of help you. So I would say reaching more people is, you know, ultimately that's how you'll kind of grow your business. But really look at who your ideal customer is first, and that will then, once you come up with kind of maybe a one-page document of who that person is, you can then tailor your content to that person. You can then when you're kind of searching Facebook groups or whatever it kind of might be, you can quickly filter out who might be your target customer or who isn't. You immediately speed up your time because you won't be replying to every single message, or you won't be trying to reach out to everybody. So actually it speeds up your time as well once you know who your actual customer is. So I would say spend a lot of time on your ideal customer profiling. That will really save you kind of a lot of time. And there's other things that you need to do within a kind of business, which is things like make sure you're very clear on your mission and your vision statement, you know, very, very clear on that. So then people know what you're trying to do and what you kind of stand for and what you kind of believe. Be very clear on your SWOT analysis. I think that's something that a lot of people don't really understand what it is, but, you know, make sure you're doing a full kind of SWOT analysis.
What's a SWOT analysis?
So your SWOT analysis is basically your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. So that will really look at where you position yourself within your industry. So, you know, you would do something like, right, what are your kind of strengths that you have within your business? And then what are your weaknesses that you have? And it may be resource, it may be time, it may be anything like that. Your strengths may lie within, I'm very good at social media, but I'm not very good at network marketing or designing or building a website or anything like that. Then you'll look at your opportunities. So you'll look at where you sit within your kind of segment, and you'll say, right, what opportunities are there within that industry that I can potentially go for with the resources that I have? So it may be things like there's events coming up or networking events, or there may be, you know, if you're someone that's in kind of products, you know, there may be you know, Christmas fairs or markets or anything like that that might come up. So you look at all the opportunities that present themselves, but you can't go for all of the opportunities, obviously, because of, you know, various different kind of reasons. So you then look at which ones can I go for, which ones can I afford, which ones can I look at this quarter to really focus on. There may be podcasts that you think, oh, I'd like to kind of be on a podcast. Which ones are there that are within my industry that are relevant? Oh, I might approach this person or that person. So really that's where you look at your opportunities, but then you look at your threats, and then your threats really are your competition. Who else is doing it? How are they doing it? Why are they doing it? So really doing an in-depth research on your threats within the industry, because that will then give you your USP once you understand all of those things. That is really, really kind of important, and people kind of miss that part out as well. And then again, the ideal customer profile. So I'd say those three things are really, really key. But first, definitely tackle the ideal customer profile, but then look at your vision, your mission, and also definitely do the SWOT analysis. It will save you so much time in the long run. This is what I try and kind of say to people, that actually we're all learning on the job, but I'm here to show you there are three fundamental things that you need to do that will really speed up the process and really put you a step ahead of the game.
I think so many people are quick to start a business or jump into a creative venture or whatever that is. They forget, you know, the goals or
the planning,
the research that you need to do. Like you do need to do research. That's what we did. We did research into the podcast world and the freelance niche, because we know it's a niche, you know, not everyone's in it. So, you know, it does take time, but dedicating that, you know, a few hours a day or whatever it is, or a few hours a week to that can really help you grow. And I totally agree with you. I think that's invaluable advice to people. So thank you for sharing that.
Definitely. What's then the best part of your job?
Meeting, I think for me, I'm a people person. I like to speak to people. I like to meet people. I like to find out about people's kind of stories, you know, because everybody has a story. Meeting people, I think on this journey, meeting people from around the world, I've been very fortunate within my kind of career to visit places that I would never have been able to kind of visit before. You know, I've been to kind of, you know, Cape Town, Kenya, Nigeria, all these places. So I've been to Vegas, all these places for exhibitions or meetings or whatever. So actually, I've been very fortunate to understand different cultures, different ways of working, different ways that business works in different countries, which has really kind of helped me tailor my approach. I think I now have, aside from the media broadcasting business, you know, within the kind of freelancing consultancy business that I kind of have as a growth strategist, is really working with people now from Dubai. So there's a lot of female business owners in Dubai that really kind of want to grow their business, lots of networking groups out there. So it's been really great to meet lots of people. Dubai is somewhere that I travel to quite often, a couple of times a year for kind of the media broadcasting business. But it's nice that I've been able to take my own business now there and start networking with people. So I definitely say meeting people, respect for the cultures, understanding the way business works in different regions. But the main thing for me is making a difference and being a part of someone's success story. That for me is where my kind of passion lies. And if I can give someone tailored advice that will help them grow, become financially independent, change their life, that for me is something that I feel really passionately about. So that I would say is the best part for me.
That's so cool.
I love that.
Me too. Yeah. We love that. Like, we love talking to people, getting to know them, getting inside them, you know, like understanding what makes them tick. It's the best thing. And if you've got passion behind what you do, it doesn't really feel like work. And that if you're inspiring people every day, then that's your job done.
That's it. That's it.
That's really cool. Really cool. Sorry, I keep clicking my hands.
Fine.
I was going to ask a question and I completely forgot what it was now. You spoke about like the innovation of learning about different people's businesses and things like that. Have you felt like that's allowed you to branch into talking to people all over the world who are interested in growing their business, or are you sort of just maybe tailored to like UK markets or
just females or what?
I think when I first started, it came from speaking to females and actually seeing that there's a real niche within the female business owner market, if you kind of want to call it that. I have customers that are males as well and come in and they're male business owners and they really kind of want some business advice. And for me, I think that's great because they're asking for help. And I know as women, we kind of have to kind of learn to ask for help, and it's not easy for us. But, with men, that's, for them asking for help, I think is a really big thing. So I've been really proud to be part of some male businesses that have kind of asked for my help and kind of have helped them recently, which has been absolutely fantastic. I would say my passion lies within kind of, the female businesses and helping them grow, just because of my journey, what I've kind of been through personally, how difficult I know that how it's kind of been as well. And again, for me, really knowing who my kind of customer is, it's allowed me to filter out which networking groups I need to speak to if I want to grow and expand into Dubai as well, because I travel so often. I'd love to go and help them whilst I'm out there as well, and kind of, really do something for myself. And where I say something for myself, working within one business, but then one that I've started kind of from scratch myself. So I would say, the power of the internet and all these various different technologies that we have, I think we shouldn't take that for granted. And I can definitely help people kind of anywhere. But for me, I think the UK and Dubai is where my strengths lie. And one day, I would love to travel the world and kind of help people across the globe, because it's something that I have done previously. But knowing kind of my limits, knowing the ages of my children, knowing what I can and can't do at the moment, or what I want to do, I think I'll probably stay within these two kind of areas.
And if someone was speaking to you and they're sort of just starting out in their business, and they're looking into networking events, but they don't know where to find them, like what would you suggest? Because it's so easy to say, like, you could just go to networking events, but like, how do you find them? What would your suggestion be on that?
100%, I'd say look at your local Facebook groups. That is definitely the good place to kind of start. So look at your local Facebook groups, look at what kind of events are on, look at what people are talking about, look at what questions people are asking. Also, ask questions yourself. So post in local groups and say, does anyone know of any networking events that are happening which are specifically tailored to X, whatever you're kind of looking for? If it could be, a mum and baby group, or it could be a brunch, or it could be, actually, I'm a female business owner. I want to get to know some more kind of people. Does anyone know where I could go for that? Honestly, you'll be surprised how many responses you get. So that's probably a really good place to start, and use your own internal network as well. So where you may have a presence on various kind of different platforms, I would say go back to that and really, again, ask for help. Post, I'm looking to expand my network. I think that's really a kind of good place to start. But learning to kind of ask for help, or having the confidence to put the questions out there, I think is the first step. But use your network. I mean, just start talking to people. Where I say networking events, it doesn't have to be, pay for a networking event straight away. Just start talking to people, make connections, on the platforms that you're on, strike up a conversation with someone that you're genuinely interested in. Don't just send a message or a DM for the sake of it. Genuinely be interested in the profile, genuinely be interested in what they have to sell or what they're about. And I think just striking up those connections, that's, for me, again, it's all about human interaction. We all, as humans, crave human interaction. We want to speak to somebody. And it's great, like I said, we have this technology, but don't be fooled by things like, I see a lot on socials now about how AI are helping businesses and how it's creating the content for people and generating ideas. Honestly, if you can stay away from that, I wouldn't go into the whole, it has its uses for certain things. I think that's great, but there is nothing like being genuine with your content, speaking to people because you genuinely are interested, and generating those ideas from yourself. And we all get stuck and lost within content sometimes, but once you start speaking to people, honestly, your ideas will just flow, and jot them down. Oh, this person said this is a good idea. Or I've asked this person and they've said that might be a good idea. Honestly, that's my biggest kind of thing is, genuine connections and interactions. There is nothing like it. That will take you so much further. Honestly, the power of talking and communication and networking, that one person may speak to 10 other people and they'll say, oh, I spoke to this person about this, or I had a really good conversation the other day. So you never know where it's going to go. Just keep planting those seeds. That's what I say. Keep planting those seeds, honestly.
That's great advice.
what do you do then? On a slightly more down note, when you have doubt, when you go, I don't think I can do this, or I don't think I can, when you have like the imposter syndrome of it all, how do you kind of combat that?
I step away from what I'm doing immediately. I'd probably say, I know actually, I'm overwhelmed. There's too much happening here. I may be able to hear the kids in the background, and I know that, they need my attention at the moment, and this isn't the best place for me. So I'd probably say I remove myself from the situation and say, right, I close the book or the laptop and say, you know what, I can come back to this. I need a minute. By stepping away and recognizing, actually, this isn't the best place for me right now. I think that's probably, for me, that's the best thing. I then, once I've then kind of calmed down and thought, actually, I might practice some reflexology on my hand to try and kind of calm my nervous system down. I might say, right, I'm going to go make myself a matcha or whatever it might be, because I just need a minute. I say, okay, let's come back to this. But I don't go back to the same room that I was in. I take my notebook out. I might go to the kitchen, or I might go to the playroom, or wherever, kind of the garden, wherever I kind of need to be. And I'll just start writing how I'm feeling. So I'm overstimulated. I'm overwhelmed. I don't have enough time in the day. It's summer holidays. The kids need my attention. I'm feeling guilty. I could go on and on and on, honestly. But get it all out, get it onto the paper. And then I would say, on the next page, say, right, what do I need to do? What needs to be done? Because in our head, we feel we need to do absolutely everything. And we need to learn that some things can wait. So my biggest thing is I need to drop some balls, because I'm juggling all these glass balls, but actually I need to drop some. So which ones can I drop? That will help you, again, prioritize and say, okay, this piece of work really needs to be done. When can I do it? And set myself, a realistic time frame within where I am at the moment. Actually, the kids need me. I can't do it right now. I will come to it when they're in bed, when they're having some downtime, whatever it kind of might be. So set yourself realistic goals. And again, go back to the micro goals. I might sit and think, actually, do you know what? I've got a podcast to kind of prepare for, which is what I was thinking, yesterday, real life situation. I thought, you know what? I've not even prepared. I've not thought about it because the kids have been going crazy. I need to sit and spend at least 10 minutes to figure out where I am and what I kind of need to be doing. Have I got everything set up? Shall I test the link? Is it working? I'm going to leave it to the last minute. And all these things start, coming into your head. So I thought, okay, actually, they're all in bed. Let me take 10 minutes really just to gather my thoughts, look at what I need to be doing, and plan my time. So my biggest thing is I plan for the next day, the night before. And that's how I've managed to be really successful, is actually planning for my day ahead the night before. So I take a half an hour out, I'll write my to-do list. And out of the to-do list, I do my top kind of 3 priorities. And I always tackle the biggest thing that I need to do before lunch, because that's when my brain works at its best. I'm fresh, I'm ready, I can tackle whatever big task needs to be done, in the morning. Anything after lunchtime, I do my smaller kind of tasks. So that's how I've been running. That's how I've kind of been working. I think that's my biggest advice to anyone when self-doubt, imposter syndrome kind of strike. Remove yourself from the situation, make yourself a drink, have some water, go to a different room and start again, and just write your list out. And I think that's the way that's worked for me, and hopefully it helps someone.
Changing your environment can be so good. Lots of people work from one space because it's the office, but actually as a freelancer, like, you can work from a coffee shop if you want to, depending on your job. But working from different spaces can really improve your sort of mental capacity as well. Absolutely. But you also spoke about, like, I need to drop some balls, right? Like, I think that's a great thing that you said, because so many of us think that we have to complete that to-do list. I'm like that. I have to finish my list. I'm like so OCD with everything. Like, if I haven't done it, I have failed today. And I failed tomorrow, and
That's not true.
But it's not true. Sometimes you just have a priority list and you just prioritize it. And if you don't make it to the end of the day and ticked off all that list, that's okay. Happen? Like, nothing's going to happen.
Nothing bad's going to happen.
Exactly. So dropping the balls doesn't mean you failed. It's just, it's not important right now.
It's the priority, isn't it? Yeah, I love that.
That's a great thing that you said. Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Absolutely. And I might have a a sink full of dishes and I'm like, it needs to be done right now. But actually, do you know what? It's okay. It doesn't matter. No one's coming
Oh
into
no,
my
I've got
house
to
to
do
kind of rate my house like 10 out of 10, but it's taken me a long time
Yeah.
to learn actually the expectations I'm setting. I'm setting those expectations for myself. No one is coming in and saying to me, this needs to be done, that needs to be done, your house needs to look immaculate, the floors need to be vacuumed,
Yeah.
the cushions need to be propped up. That's just me, and I'm setting the expectations on myself. So once you learn to
Yeah.
lower your expectations, you'll be able to manage life a little bit better.
Yeah. And no one's really bothered, to be honest. At the end of the
No.
day, a lot of people just care about what's happening with them rather
Yeah.
than what's happening out
with
on the
you?
outside.
Yeah.
So actually, we just create these scenarios in our
Yeah.
head for no
We
reason
put
but to
pressure
stress
on
ourselves.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we
Interesting.
go.
We are going to play now a game of Would You Rather. Would you rather live on a peaceful tropical island or a big bustling city?
Oh, I would say a peaceful tropical island. Because I don't
Would
get
you
much
rather
peace.
have to start? Oh, there you go. Yeah, yeah. Most people have said that
They
one
have,
anyway.
they
Yeah,
have.
I don't blame them. Would you rather have to start a new job every year until you retire, or have only one job for your entire career?
A new job every year until I retire.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Would you rather spend your money traveling the world but have few personal possessions, or have a really amazing house but never leave your hometown?
Travel the world. Absolutely.
Yeah. Would you rather have to wear all black every day for the rest of your life, or have to mix every colour of the rainbow into your outfit every day?
Oh gosh, I'm definitely all black every day. My wardrobe consists
Yeah.
of every shade of greige and black and navy. I've just
I'm there
introduced.
with you. I'm there with you.
Oh my god! Yeah, the people all blacks are
All
winning
blacks.
at the moment.
They are. We
yeah.
are. That's it.
Team all black.
Sorry, it's my question.
That's it, yeah.
Would you rather be able to talk with animals or speak every language?
Talk with animals. I don't even know why I said that, but that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah. No, it's just interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just a different skill, I guess. You could try a new business venture with them or
With
something.
the animals.
Yeah, you never know.
Never know. Never know what you could sell to them.
Would you rather always be? Yeah,
I don't know how they pay you though.
No, that's the thing.
That's the
In
thing.
love,
It wouldn't
there you
wouldn't
go.
be very profitable though financially.
Would you rather always be 1 hour late or 1 hour early to everything?
1 hour early, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Would you rather be covered neck to toe in tattoos or have one big face tattoo?
Neck to toe. I love tattoos. I don't have any, but I do love them. They look lovely.
If you could get one, what would you get?
Oh, my children's date of births, probably.
Oh,
Very special.
Oh,
nice.
that's
to me.
sweet.
Yeah. Oh. Would you rather have to speak in rhyme for the rest of your life or in riddle for the rest of your life?
Oh, riddle. I love a good riddle. Brain teaser.
Oh, God. I can't deal with it.
Would you rather have more time or more money?
More time.
Mm. And would you rather be a freelancer or PAYE?
Freelancer, without a doubt.
Yeah.
All the way. So thank you so much for today. Where can we find you on socials? Where can our audience find you?
Oh, well, you can find me on Instagram at @the_mumhub. The same on Facebook as well. If you go onto the Instagram, the link in my bio will take you to the business advice calls, which is something that I just kind of introduced, and I found that that's going really well at the moment for short, sharp business advice. The mumhubgroup.com, that's where you can find my strategy days. So that's where it's more really 6 hours focused, working with you, the ins and outs of your business. And I help you kind of create things like I said, the SWOT analysis, the customer profiling. So I help you with that. And that's on the mumhubgroup.com. So that's my strategy days. But mainly you can find me at the _mumhub, and you'll find all the kind of latest information, all that's happening kind of in my life. And it's more about me as well as kind of the business. So if you want to know more, that's where you can find me.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for joining us today.
No, thank you. It's been really nice to kind of have a conversation and kind of like lovely breath of fresh air.
Thanks for listening to
Not the 9 to 5 podcast.
If you liked this episode, we would love for you to subscribe to our channel, where we release weekly podcasts every Monday.
Comment below to let us know who you'd like to see next on our podcast.
Give this video a thumbs up and maybe share it with a freelance friend or two.
Until next week, everyone.
Keep freelancing.